Good morning, everyone. New day, new video. The last video that I released was the reveal of the wrap color for the Soarer, and that's been a long video in the making. It's been, you know, the past 2 weeks just spending every day countlessly just working on that. Video came out really good, car came out really good, and the car just came together completely. If you guys haven't checked out that video, I'll leave a little card up here or wherever it is. Go check that video out. Be sure to leave a like on that video, and you'll be able to see the Soarer with its new wrap color. I'm over the moon about it. The color looks absolutely amazing, and I've always wanted to do it, and now I have finally done it. After I made that video, I had to go to the Cape for some family stuff, hang out with some family, and today we are back, and I got something in the mail that I've been waiting for the past month, because I ordered it and didn't realize where it was coming from, and it came from Japan, so it took a hell of a long time. But it's finally here, which means that we can do some more work to the Civic, so I'm heading down to the shop right now, and we can get grinding and do some more work to the Civic, so I'm stoked. Alright, so just got to the shop, but we are going to head out because the first thing that we need, I don't even know if you guys can see me, the first thing that we need is a roll pin for the linkage so that the linkage can attach to the transmission. I tried to get a roll pin, but it wasn't thick enough and it just fell through. So we need to go to the hardware store, get a bigger roll pin, and go from there. Then we can get the linkage fully bolted up and get the shifter all set. New console and everything. We get to take this beat box. You like this beat box?
Race car.
Race car. Beat box. You guys think I should take the hood scoop off this thing? I'm constantly debating it just because I'd rather be more inconspicuous than stand out in some ugly riced out Outback. I already have to suffer enough. Where are you? It looks like it. It's honestly like this big. The whole
we should get all three sizes.
Alright, so unfortunately someone in the building blew the breaker, so this big light that we normally have here is not working today, so I got a little bit less light than normal, but it's okay, it's whatever. I came here a week ago last Sunday, didn't film anything. I tried to, but it just didn't amount to anything. I didn't do enough work to make a video, so I could just run down what we did during that Sunday that I didn't do on camera. I was able to get a bolt to put in the side of this motor mount here. When we put the initial bolt in from the old mount, it was too short and it ended up pulling out of the transmission. So bolt is in and tight, that's all set. Fixed this ground's all set. Tightened the rear torque mount onto the trans, so the engine is completely in here nice and tight, it's not going anywhere. Reattached the exhaust manifold. I still need to bolt it up from the bottom, but I couldn't do that yet until we got the linkage in completely. Got the linkage on the trans, tight, but I need to get one of the roll pins that we just got to put in there so that it doesn't pop out of the trans. And then after that, we can drill the holes into the where the center console goes so that the linkage can then mount up in the center console, and then we can put the center console on. That'll look awesome. Steven worked his wiring magic and was able to block off the neutral safety for the automatic whole thing, and this is what it looks like. It's very simple. You can see this clip here. This used to have a bunch of wires and everything coming out for the automatic shifter when it was here. Basically, he de-pinned the entire clip, left the wire for the automatic, like, neutral safety thing. I'm not entirely sure what to call it. And then we looped it, and looping it kind of cancels it out. So that's all set. So literally all we have to do is bolt the linkage up and then put the center console in. The new center console, we can put the shifter on, all that stuff. And then we can put the ECU in and all that stuff. I'm gonna stop rambling, but I do want to show you guys the new shop space because it's been a month or so since I showed it the last time, and it's coming along, which is pretty cool. So let's go check it out. All right, so last time that I talked about our shop space, nothing had been done, and this is where it is now. So we got walls. This will be where the door is. So you get all the cars in. I think that there will be a door over there as well. I'm not entirely sure yet. They do have to remove a couple of more of these posts, and then once they do that, that should be all set. Not entirely sure why this big cement brick is here, but maybe it's to reinforce this while they take the other ones down. So not entirely sure about that, but it's coming along. We got walls now, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't know how long I'm going to be staying in this space because right now I'm renting 2 shops, one closer to my house and then obviously this one. I don't need 2 shops, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be at this spot, but I think throughout the duration of the rest of the manual swap, if we do start moving into here, we'll finish the manual swap here, and then after that I'll probably head out of this shop, but I'll still come here to hang out and all that stuff, obviously. We're gonna warm the shop up a little because it's like 20 degrees in here.
It is cold.
It's cold.
It is cold.
And then we're gonna get to work. So right now Steven is under the car and he's going to drill the holes for the linkage to line up to. Initially we thought those 2 holes towards the back, these 2 here, would be the correct bolts for the linkage to go into, but they're too spread apart. So we move the rubber bushing back a ways so that we can make our own holes, and we'll just
hold the shifter straight.
We'll just drill it through. Holding. Don't you get my hand now. Yeah. Amen.
Oh, I did it.
Coming together. Look at that. Hell yeah. So now we're just gonna find bolts that fit the holes we drilled, put them in, tighten them down, and the linkage will be all set. And we can put the center console in, and then after that the exhaust, and etc., go from there. So drilled the holes, bolts fit perfect, but we need nuts for them, so we're gonna go to the hardware store, get some stuff, and probably go to Home Depot after that, get some more stuff. So I will see you guys in a little bit. We're back. This is the current predicament here. He's gonna send a bolt through, and I'm gonna slap a nut on it, or a washer and then a nut. Okay, let me get washer on.
Yeah, Mark, get your nut on.
All right, nut is on. Nut has been nutted.
Let me know when you've nutted her.
It has been nutted.
Oh.
Linkage is in. Shifter is in.
Oh yeah, so now I gotta tighten from down here. I think.
All right, so this is all set. Feels good, nice and notchy, but not too notchy. And everything works, so that's awesome. I'm gonna throw the new center console in with the boot and throw the shift knob on, and this will be complete. It will be complete. It will be complete. All right, so we noticed something a little bit unfortunate. We put the driver's side axle in, that's all set. That whole side of the car is all set in about 3 seconds. Compressor's a little low, but putting the axle nut on, that side's all set. We tried putting the passenger side axle in. It goes in, but it doesn't go in or it goes in too far. And we were like, why is it doing this? I don't understand. And then we noticed this. The end of the axle does not have a clip on it. So I don't want to put this in without a clip because obviously it'll go in too far and we could see like where it was hitting inside there, and that's obviously not good. It's just gonna rub against the internals. So we need to find a pin or like a clip for the end of the axle. I don't know where it went. It's probably not in here, but it's probably stuck in the old auto transmission or it fell off or something. I honestly have no idea. So before we can put this axle in, we need to go get a clip for the end of it. I don't even know if AutoZone sells that. I may have to get an entirely new axle, which would suck because this is brand new. But yeah, I don't know. Driver's side's all in, that's all taken care of. Linkage is all bolted up. Center console, everything in here is all set and mint, and this thing shifts awesome. We just have to put the passenger side axle back in, and then once that's done, the car can go on the ground, and it'll be good underneath, and we won't need to go under the car anymore. So that's sick. After that, it's just the pedals, the master, the slave, and the ECU. And after that, this thing's all set. So that's awesome. Keith, if you're watching this, thank you for the weighted shift knob and the short shifter. It feels awesome. What did we just get out in the first try?
The battery tree bolts.
That is awesome.
Which we fought for hours.
Days.
On the Delsol.
I had to cut it out with a Sawzall. That just came out successfully. That is awesome. And now we got less stuff in the engine bay. Sick. We are gonna do a battery relocation on this to the trunk, by the way. And I know a lot of you guys were talking about this red wire, how it's super ugly and everything. That's gonna get changed with the relocation, so we won't have to look at that anymore. We went to AutoZone, and thankfully, since my friend Matt works there, he was able to swap the axle out and get me a warranted one, since I had gotten this axle from AutoZone in the first place. So we were able to get an axle that had a clip on it. That side's all set now, all bolted down. Driver's side's all set, all bolted down. Now it's time to put the wheels back on. We can get this bitch back on the ground, which has been up in the air for 3 or 4 weeks or so. Definitely long enough, but I'm excited to see it back on the ground. I'm excited to see all 4 wheels back on it again, and this time with a nice little manual shifter in there, so I'm stoked. I know you're stoked. First started this video, I had that new package with the stainless steel clutch line, and we already had the slave in the master cylinder, so we are just bolting up the master cylinder to the transmission. I know I don't have the dust boot on there. Slave cylinder. I keep messing those up. I don't have the dust boot on there, but I will be getting one. It's whatever. And then after that, we can do the master. We can run the clutch line, and then after that, we can put the ECU in and drop the car down. That will be it for tonight. Let's take a peek at that new baby. Oh yeah, new master.
Wah, new baby. Wah.
So every auto Civic will have obviously your brake cylinder and everything like that. We'll also have a separate unused block off plate, which you just take the block off plate off, and that is where the master bolts up to. So pop that off, and then we should be good. Hell yeah. So there's your plate, and there's your hole.
Your box.
Your neutral safety switch box. Cool. And now you got your nice, freshy master. Obviously missing the reservoir, but now you get that in there. Tighten that down, and then we can run the clutch line. And then after that, we can drop the car down, slap the ECU on, and fire it up. Not yet. I don't have a manual starter. I need a manual starter. And obviously the pedals and fluids and stuff like that, but it is extremely close. I like it a lot. Feels good. All right. So now that this thing's on the ground, we're just pull the carpet back there, swap ECUs, that way we know it's done, and then call it a night. All right, you guys like what we did? Looks pretty good, right? Just kidding, because you can't see it because it's covered. ECU's in, all of that's taken care of. That was actually a bitch to do because it's never been taken out before in its life, but it's in, it's done, it's all good. Car's on the ground, front bumper's back on. Things looking awesome. Totally forgot, like this car's been up in the air, completely taken apart for like the past 3-4 weeks. It looks really good back on the ground. I'm stoked on it. So next time that I see you guys, hopefully I will have a set of pedals and all the other necessary things that I need, like the master reservoir and stuff like that. And then once that is here, we can relocate the battery, put the pedals in, fucking put some fluids in it, start it up, and it'll be a manual swapped car, which is awesome. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, wasn't too entertaining. It was just kind of grinding and getting work done, but it needs to get done in order for this to be manual swap. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it is with the Soarer. I have to get it back from Chance's. He's finishing up a couple little tiny things here and there that we didn't quite get to do because they took a little bit longer, but we were able to make the video regardless. So hopefully the next video will be on the Soarer because I have some really cool stuff waiting for it at the house, and should be cool. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.